Good morning, students. So we are seeing right now areas of management. Now, what are the areas of management that are seen by you? Right now, in that we had seen marketing management, and now we are seeing human resource management. In that, characteristics is also seen. What are the characteristics of human resource management? Now we are seeing importance. What is the importance of human resource management in management? Efficiency of employees stands to increase. So underline the word efficiency and increase. Efficiency of employees stands to increase because human resource management is just focusing on the staff of the company. So their efficiency increases. Profitability of the business increases. If the efficiency increases, but obviously the profitability of the company also increases. So profitability increases. First was efficiency of employees increases. Second, profitability of business increases because if your staff is satisfied, so they will work enthusiastically, they will monothelize, will be there of doing work and all that, and that's why the profitability of the business increases. Third is business prestige is maintained. Business prestige is maintained. How business prestige is maintained? Because if your employees are satisfied with you, with everything, they are not going to say false information about your company outside. So, and if they are satisfied, they will say our company is giving this and this, yes, we are getting this and this. Take example, best example, I am an employee, and suppose in my company, if in this lockdown, it is that we got our salary continuously for the continuously, so that would be a plus point for my company. I'm going to say that yes, my company has given me this kind of this salary while the lockdown was there. So that kind of image can increase the prestige of the company. Higher standards for the quality of goods or services are maintained. As the employees are satisfied, so higher standard for the quality of goods. Obviously, the quality of goods required by the company is the important thing, and the services, whatever the services are given, that are to be maintained if the employees are satisfied. Right? Higher standards of quality of goods or services are maintained. Feeling of oneness among employees develop as all the employees are treated same. So their feeling of oneness is or feeling of oneness is there. Right? Maximum utilization of factors of production possible. Maximum utilization of factors of okay. So maximum, as I said, maximum utilization of factors of production is possible. Reduction in labor turnover rate is seen. Now, what is a reduction in labor turnover rate? Labor turnover rate, that is, laborers are joining the company, they are learning work, and after some time they leave the company. That is the reason that the turnover rate of labor is increasing. That is only termed as labor turnover rate. So, if employees or workers, that are workers are maintained by the department, by the human resource department, and the company is focused on all human resource related work, so the labor turnover rate is also less. Job satisfaction among employees enhanced. Yes, job satisfaction among employees also enhanced. Right. Job satisfaction among employees is enhanced. Due to human resource management, employees get job satisfaction, which finally turns into environment of industrial peace. So, due to human resource management, employees get job satisfaction, we had seen earlier, which finally turns into environmental of peace, industrial peace. Previously, in industries, workers were doing continuously. There was what we say unions were not working properly. They were showing strikes and all that. So this is the reason the human resource development has developed so much. Because of this, the environment of industrial peace is there, as the employees and the workers are satisfied because of the task given to the human resource management. So these were the importance of human resource management, right? So in that you have to underline the points that I had said you earlier. Is it clear that is to be done? Right. So we had seen importance of human resource management. Now we are seeing financial management. Finance is like the lifeblood of the business, right? Underline it. Finance is like the lifeblood of the business. No activity is possible without finance. Finance is required for the establishment Underline that line: development, expansion, and modernization of the business. Right? Without finance, you cannot imagine your business can be run. That's why it is said that finance is like lifeblood of the business. In human body, without blood, if there is less of blood, so we can see there are many issues. In the same way, if you are not having proper finance, you would have many issues. And if the blood is suppose flown out, the person may die. It is same with the business. If the finance are not available, business may die. No activity is possible without finance. No activity, students. No activity means no activity. Finance is required for establishment. First of all, you are getting, we are seeing in accounts we had seen brought 10 lakhs rupees in business. What we used to term as capital. So that is the investment of the particular person. So that is your establishment. Development, if you want to, you are running a business since 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, whatever the reason. And now you have to go for the development of more of the business as per the requirement of the business environment that is going on. So for that, finance is required. Expansion, you have one branch and you want to go for expansion. For expansion of branches, finance is required. Take example, breadliner. Breadliner is a like you are buying cakes and all that. First it was established at one center, then it is having more than 100 plus branches in Surat and nearby Surat, like Navsari and Baroda also. That is expansion of the business and modernization of the business. Now, what is modernization of the business? Previously, take example in Surat only. Weaving of raw material is done, that is yarn manufacturing is done, and the weaving machines were different, right? They were used by the looms were used by the workers. They were pulling something. If you will see the videos of old machine, you will find it out. The looms were like this. Nowadays modern technology has introduced, and that in that they don't require to what we say particular kind of old machine work is to be done. Now modernization, they have chips and all that, information is fitted and the work is started. So that is modernization. Take example, computers are when computers were introduced, it was compulsory for the companies to have computers in their what we say, and for accounts and all that. So previously all that was written in handbook, khata vahi and all that. Now it is all maintained in this what we say, computers and all that. So that is the reason for modernization also finance is required. Is it clear? Meaning financial management deals with the finance function of business. What does financial management deals? Financial management deals with the finance function of business. Financial functions means, now what is financial function? Financial function means the functions of acquisition, from where we have to get finance, utilization, where you are going to utilize for raw material, for purchase of machinery, for employees and all that, and allocation of capital, where your capital is to be allocated. This function must be done in an ideal and efficient manner. Ideal means correct way. Is it clear? And efficient manner. So your finance is utilized optimizedly. Is it clear? Following functions are included in the financial management to estimate the financial needs, right? Take example, it happens many times. You would have seen you are going somewhere. Take example, your friends are only going for outing. You are going for a movie. Now you need money. That is finance. Now if you will ask your parents, I'm going for a movie with my friends. I need some money. So you would say how much you want. There are many parents, they can give a lot of money, but there are many parents, they give amount that is required by the children. Suppose you are going for a movie and you have to buy ticket, snacks and all that you are having over it, and sometime enjoy with your friend. So you may estimate, okay, I'm going for this, auto or vehicle or petrol, ticket charges or restaurant charges, all including, you say to your parents, maybe 700 or 800. That is estimated finance. When a business is started, whatever the amount of business is to be recorded. Take example, you are starting with a small shop also. Suppose a shop is to be rented, furniture is to be done, everything is to be in raw material. Sorry, what we say, your goods are to be purchased and everything. So finance would be, suppose you would say 20 lakhs. So that is estimating financial needs. So financial management estimates the financial needs. If a company start going for expansion, development, or Modernization. To make financial plans from the viewpoint of time duration. Time duration means short term, long term, mid term. Now short term for 1 month, 6 months, or less than 1 year. What finances are required for that also they prepare plans, and for long term also. Suppose the planning is for 5 years, so for that how much money is required, that is also planned. To prepare budget, budget is prepared by them also. For all the departments, they see the budget is proper or not. To allocate fund, particular department, as I said earlier, if production department wants fund, so they have to go to finance department to allocate the fund. To decide capital structure and to select sources of acquisition of capital. Now, what is capital structure? Your debt ratio would be more. Your personal finance means personal finance would be more. Suppose an owner brings entire finance, so that is personal finance. So owner's capital will be more. Suppose 50% owner's capital, I had said investment is 10 lakhs, sorry 20 lakhs. So 50% is your owner's capital, 50% is your borrowed capital. So that would be your capital structure, right? And suppose you are starting with the equity, so debt equity, certain amount is brought by the owner and certain amount they had issued shares and brought the capital. That you are going to learn this year in accounts also. So it will be clear to you. And to select resources of acquisition of capital. And what are the good sources of acquisition of capital? Suppose bank and financial institutions, they are charging, bank are charging 15% of rate of interest. So, and some of your personal lender is charging 10% rate of interest, right? So, which is the best source of capital in long term? Everything is to be seen by the finance department, and they will analyze which of the source of capital is expensive. Is it clear? So, it is a kind of, there are many sources of acquisition of capital. I have just given you example. To carry out the procedure of acquiring finance, to carry out the procedure, now whatever the source of capital is decided, for that carrying out the acquisition of finance, acquiring finance, sorry, to see that the required funds are properly utilized and to keep control over the financial activity. Whatever the funds are allocated, they are utilized as per the requirement or not, that is to be checked by the financial management. To form financial policies are to be formed. Otherwise, employees may misuse it. Take example, when you are working in a company and you are going for tours and all that in MNCs, multinational companies, right? So companies provide you that whatever the expenses are allocated done by you for the particular tour. Suppose you are living in Surat and you are going for tour for 3-4 days in what we say Bombay, Silvassa, then nearby Nasik and all this. Your 3-4 days tour is there. So you are going to travel by train, your vehicle, whatever it is. For that they will provide you fund. For then you are staying in hotels, your food and all that. Everything they will provide. But how they will provide? The policies, you have to submit the original bills by the courier, right? Not showing like, yeah, I had done this expense. Company is not going to believe it. They have financial policy. If this particular, suppose the expense is done in the month of June, so by the July, your bill should be sent to the particular head of the head office of the company, wherever it is, and with the bill. So then only they will approve that particular, what we say, your expenses that you had done, and your claims would be approved, and then they will give it in your account. That is a kind of, so it is a one kind of financial policy. Other kind of, take example, you want to have more amount of money rather than the salary, so it is the company's financial position. They are going to lend to the employees or not. It is also one kind. So there are a lot of plan for taxes. For taxes, what can be done so taxes can be avoided, right? That is also to be seen by them, to make arrangements of assets. Whatever the assets are required, as I said, computers are required. So they will make arrangement for it. So this was the financial management. 10 functions of financial management. It can come in a 2-mark question also. What is financial management? Explain its function. So you have to write, if it is possible, go for whole. Otherwise, at least 4-5 you have to write. Production management. Now we had seen marketing management, human resource management, and finance management. Now we are seeing um, production management. Process of conversion of naturally available raw material into consumable finished goods with the help of human efforts is known as production. What is production? Process of conversion of naturally available raw material into consumable goods. Consumable that can be used with the help of human efforts that are workers and employees is known as production. Production management produces goods and services which are capable to satisfy consumer need. Is it clear? So they are producing goods that are able to satisfy consumers' need. Following functions are included in the production management. To decide production plan, underline the client decide production plan. How the production is to be done, that is production plan. To undertake production research, before production, they will go for research. Is it beneficial to manufacture this kind of product or not? So production research. To select product development as well as product mix. To select product development, if there are certain changes to be done in the product or more product is to be introduced, that is to be selected by production department. Remember we had seen in marketing management product or product mix. Yes. To select technology and machinery, whichever the technology and machinery is, as I said you earlier. Take example of embroidery machine. In embroidery machine, water jet looms are there. Now more other kind of machinery is introduced. So which is good? That can be selected by them. That is selection of machinery and technology. Underline technology and machinery. To take decisions regarding selection of location as well as layout. So where should we have the setup of location of our company's factory where the production is to be done, that is to be seen, as well as layout. Suppose the production is okay. So we had seen decisions regarding selection of location as well as layout. Now what is location? Where the transports are easily available and the products can be carried out, raw material can be brought easily from the particular place in that location, and all that layout of the machineries, everything is seen by production department. To have control, to have production control, to estimate required material and other needs of production. What is the requirement of material? Suppose you want to manufacture 10,000 units. For 10,000 units, what quantity of material is required? To estimate required material and other needs for production. Suppose you are a textile company. So how much meter of clothes is required for 10,000 units, right? 10,000 units then, and what are the like chemical that are colors and all that for dyeing and printing that is required is to be seen by production management. To have production control, whatever the production is done, they have to check it out, and that is only termed as production control. To have quality control, the quality, as I said, they are buying raw material. So what meter of clothes? So the quality of the raw material should be good, otherwise your final product will not be good. Dyeing and printing, the colors that you are using, the colors should be very fast colors when they are taken for wash, for when we are washing that particular clothes. So that color should not be what we say, uh, it should not spread in the particular dress. So the color should be very fast. If they are washed, the color should remain as it is. That is to be seen. So that is a kind of quality control for textile. For take example, diamond industries, their quality checks are different. To see the production department, see the quality of the diamonds is good. Take an example of FMCG products. So in that also, suppose the raw material that are using should be good, but the most important is what they are doing is the colors that are used for the particular product. For food colors, quality should also be good, otherwise it will harm the what we say consumers. To undertake activities to control expenditure or cost and to maintain and increase the productivity. To undertake activities to control whatever the activities are done while we are doing production, the expenditure or cost etc. had to be controlled and maintain and increase the productivity, and they had to focus to control over the expense and to maintain the increase in productivity. To introduce variation and to introduce variation and simplification in production. Means they have not to stuck to one process only. They need variation, and that should be also simple. So to introduce variation and simplification in production. So these were the functions of production management. 10 functions. Again, I am repeating, students, all the functions are important. From the viewpoint of 3-mark question, what are the functional areas of management? The areas of management are marketing management, human resource management, production management, finance management. You need to explain all the four if nothing is asked. All the four are to be explained with their functions and conclusion for 3-mark question. If it comes in a 2-mark question, what are the areas of management? All four are explained only with the meaning. Production management, this, finance management, this, marketing management, this, and human resource management, this. Is it clear? So here we had completed our chapter, and you can see all the short listed work is in your textbook. Meaning of management, simple definition. Meaning of management is art of getting things done through others, and all that is to be there. Right. So here you have to go through it.